Rise. Amagi. Alright, so, hello chat. Since we were streamed this last, new cruise missions. I married new wives. So we added Constellation, Akawa, Georgia, Memphis Meta, and I3. We are really only here to do the story. I guess I can. Oh god, another meta that is literally insane. Fantastic. Shortly after the opening of the Naraka Singularity, eruption of the ritual meant to revive Amagi. Oh, look. Sirens. Interesting. I barely have time to begin or... I barely have time to begin organizing efforts to lend assistance to the Sakurans before my vision suddenly starts blurring. Though Helena Meta had already cautioned me before, an overwhelming sense of discomfort nevertheless invades my thoughts as my consciousness was pulled into a vast, dark space. As my mind comes back into focus, I see Observer floating in front of me, atop some sort of gigantic device, with holograms of Helena and Compiler appearing next to her. Whoa, 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 Helena, what the fuck? Observer, help the commander. Agree, and I guarantee your continued existence in this branch. Refuse, and I'll destroy you here and now. Those are your options, yes or no. There is no other choice. Well, hello to you too. If you're gonna ask for help, couldn't you at least say please? I'm not going to beg. I can find someone else if I have to. You know this. Still, working with me is the best solution. Otherwise, why would you bother coming to see me, Helena? Oh, excuse me, I forgot about the beneficiary of this potential deal. You, the commander. How do you feel about this? Commander is just here as a witness. I'm the one you should be talking to. Well, he's right. A witness is all I can really claim to be, since I know almost nothing about this deal. All she explained to me was this meeting was some way of strong-arming Observer into aiding me, and that I had to attend this meeting. What she didn't explain is why Compiler is somewhere here, despite her mainframe having been destroyed, or how she's going to get Observer to agree with her terms. Though, do negotiations usually start with one side threatening off to the other? Threatening to off the other right out the gate? Even more surprising is Observer's response. Even in this situation, it's as if she is still watching us, probing us. Is survival that important to her? Or can you really make such an important decision on that person's behalf? I can. It's not like I have the knowledge she does. Enough stalling. I hold all the cards here. Even if you were to reconnect with your mainframe, you still wouldn't know what options I have at my disposal. Do you even know why I brought the commander with me? A unique command. See, I knew there was something odd about the commander. A unique commander, a unique test site, and a unique me. Are you really able to ensure my continued existence? What a foolish question. Have I not presented Compiler to you in her entirety? Of course I can. These are different cases. As soon as I reconnect with the mainframe, my abnormality will immediately be discovered and reset. Until that process has taken place, I am unable to make use of the natural calculation system's resources. What if I told you that it's possible to bypass that? And how do you expect to do that? Through the tower. Oh, I see. With the tower's help. An interesting idea. Are you done? I'd like to change the terms of a deal. You must ensure the continued existence of not just me, but all higher-level programs in this branch. Fine by me. Now that Narika's singularity has appeared, we need to decide and act quickly. Having that said, can you ensure that person will be able to salvage their hull data? If not, all of this will be for naught. I can. I caught that first part. The singularity must be dealt with post-haste. But what was that about salvaging hull data? Alright, we have a deal. A wise decision. Looks like they've managed to reach a decision. Even Observer, who has been treating our world as a test tube, still values continued existence to this extent. Though, I'm a bit concerned that she'd accept this deal so easily, even if Helena pretty much was holding her at gunpoint. Now then, which world segment would you like me to replicate? Your choice. Whichever one is the most stable. Got it. Now shoo, and gather the other high-level program. I'll contact you again once I've reconnected to my mainframe. Sure. Since this observer has cut herself off, her existence as its own entity is at stake. And Helena exploited that to her advantage. The question that remains is, how exactly does Helena plan to uphold her end of the deal? And how much is she willing to tell me? We're good to go now, Commander. I'm sure you have many questions. It's okay. We have time for those. I'm going to tell you everything you'll need to know for what's about to happen. We're going to fight side by side and do something no other test site has ever done before. Ode of Ever-Blooming Crimson. Tester's destruction. Pacific Ocean, area around Tester's mainframe. Commander's vessel. When I open my eyes to reality once again, I see the ceiling of my command vessel above me and a worried-looking Memphis at my side. Are you done talking with Helena? I love Memphis so much. To prevent any unexpected incidents from happening, I informed Memphis beforehand that I'd be communicating with Helena Meta at some point. Needless to say, I did omit certain details, such as meeting with Observer and getting her help to help us with the singularity. Yeah, now that I have a good grasp on how dangerous Narika is, I have an idea for how to deal with it. We're facing a much bigger threat than I first anticipated. Even worse than we thought? TB called it cataclysmic and more dangerous than the North Atlantic Ocean singularity. Is it that bad? It is. I will need to start issuing some instructions, but won't have time to explain all of them in detail. But I hope you and everyone else will trust me when I say this is our best shot at success. Of course. There's no one in our ranks who will question your orders. Thanks. You have a pen ready? Yep. Memphis is awesome. 1. Cease analysis of Tester's Mirror Sea and focus on the Sea of Stars and Celestial Towers computing resources. On analyzing. 1. Cease analysis of Tester's Mirror Sea and focus the Sea of Stars and Celestial Towers computing resources on analyzing Naraka. 2. All units around Tester's Mirror Sea will head to the rendezvous point I'll send to them. There, they will prepare for a combat mission against Naraka. 3. We don't know what 3 is. Shortly after, the fleet finishes withdrawing from the territory around Tester's mainframe. The relative calm does not last, however. Out of nowhere, a deafening roar suddenly rips through the air. An edifice of dark metals appears on the ocean's surface, surrounded by a city of glowing buildings. The tower housing Tester's mainframe, once again materializing in the real world. For a moment, the mainframe and the glowing city remain suspended serenely upon the water's surface. But then, in the blink of an eye, the indestructible tower is engulfed in an all-consuming explosion. Only a day ago, the Pacific was firmly in her grasp. Now, the source of her being is gone from this world forever. Oh shit, we killed Tester. Oh, we're killing Emitter too? Hold up! Pacific Ocean, en route to Naraka. Commander's vessel. Answer. Surprisingly! Oh, it finally got through. Comrade Commander, do you copy? Loud and clear, Miss Genius Mechanic. You're near the Winter's Crown, right? Correct. I've been monitoring the Crown since those bizarre phenomena happened to it. I wanted to contact you sooner, but there's been intense jamming in the area. Anyway, the jamming just lit up, so I contacted you immediately. Jamming? If the sirens are behind it, then there's nothing to worry about. Why do you say that? Have you developed a means of rendering their jamming wholly useless? Actually, forget about that for now. There's a more pressing matter. Did Emitter destroy the Winter's Crown? Why, yes, in fact, and her mainframe suddenly appeared out of nowhere and blew up by itself, right? Yes. How did you know that? You can't just have guessed that. You're spying on us, aren't you? No. Well, let's just say one of my sources told me. Ah, a source. Of course. You're well connected after all. I'll explain everything later, I promise. As I was going to say, you don't need to worry about Emitter, or any siren in the Arctic for that matter. More urgently, I need you to call Rusia and tell her to bring her fleet to assist with the Naraka Singularity. What's a Naraka Singularity? There's no time to explain. I'll send you a mission brief later. Roger, roger. That's 2 mainframes down. Observer sure works fast. The promise of a new leaf on life must have really sprung her into action. Purifier! No! Not Purifier! All for the greater good. South Pacific. Purifier's mainframe. Break room. Vessel storage. No, I can't believe we're killing Purifier. Purifier's my favorite siren. And that's why we're getting a siren raising simulation, because we're keeping Observer, because Observer's our ally now. Got it. Oh, so bored. Relegated to freaking support? And right after that shit showdown in Antarctica? What's Observer thinking? She's finally gonna take matters into her own hands after they threaten her mainframe? Yeah. Nah, I can't picture her ever actually going into an actual battle. Whatever. She does things her own way. Better not to waste energy thinking about it. Just wish she hadn't aborted all tests, because I've got jack squat to do. Ah, god damn it! Let me fight already! I hate sitting on my ass and twiddling my thumbs. Purifier anxiously rolled back and forth on the carpet, then suddenly stopped and got up, having remembered something. I know. Let's see what's going on down in the Pacific. I love Purifier so much. Purifier is so cool. Tester better not screw up this time, because they've brought out the big... Huh? Someone's reading the data in my database? No. Wait. It's not being read. It's being transferred. Stop that, you asshole! I didn't consent to this! In a rush, she accessed her database and saw that all the information was being removed before her eyes. Half of everything is gone! But if there's only 50% left, how am I still alive? Resource usage looks normal. The hell is going on? And where is my damn data going? She sent out command after command to remedy the situation, but it was for nothing. Her data kept on being transferred away. Then, once the process was complete, she received a command to self-destruct. What? Wait, don't! No! Purifier! Just like that, Purifier's mainframe turned into a spectacular display of fireworks. Only a day ago, the South Pacific feared her name. Now her personality was no longer a part of this world. Damn! To the singularity. Naraka. Surrounding waters. Naraka's blood-red color becomes clearly visible on the horizon as my command vessel draws closer and closer. Thanks to Musashi, a crack has appeared on its surface, large enough for several Sakura ship girls to exit through. They've grouped up with our fleet. Their reports have provided me with enough intel to figure out what's happening inside. Akagi tried to revive Amagi, but her longing was twisted by some unknown source and used to open the Naraka singularity. Seeing how far the corruption has spread, Mikasa and Musashi immediately switched their backup plan and took people to Yakumayama for their safety. However, the casualties have been immense. Kaga has disappeared, and a third of their ship girls, including Mikasa and Musashi, are incapacitated, and nearly all of their mass-produced ships have been destroyed or taken over by the corruption. It's hardly any different from the projected worst-case scenario. If only I'd known sooner. Indeed. The Sakura Empire's fleets have taken catastrophic damage. This is the most proximal threat posed by the Naraka Singularity. Fortunately, someone among their highest echelons managed to foresee this situation. You mean, Yamato. It's little wonder why Jinsu Meta spoke so highly of her. There's another Yamato reference, just give us the ship already. Sure, Mikasa and Musashi came up with emergency plans as well, but she was a step ahead of even them. A step ahead is underselling it, actually. With the limited intel she's had access to, she has done almost everything right before and after Naraka appeared. It's thanks to her that those who were caught in Naraka were able to be saved. Saved? You mean from hull corrosion? When a foundational hull sustains too much damage, the data inside it disperses, eventually leading to the ship girl's death both as a vessel and as a person. But what if all of that data, their feelings and memories, or in other words, their soul, could be safely preserved? What are you suggesting? That as long as their individual identity remains, they can be healed? That can't be true. That's exactly what a soul is. It's also what Akagi attempted to use in her ritual. A union between a vessel's concept and a person's memory. By using this information as the basis for a soul, it is possible to reconstruct the existence known as Amagi. And herein lies the crux of the matter. Everything about Naraka is related to the existence of Amagi. So as long as the plan proceeds smoothly, all else will fall into place. Then we worked out the details of the plan for dealing with Naraka. There are 3 critical pieces to this plan, Commander. You, Observer, and the Naraka Singularity. See, Naraka was created with the power of an origin cube, using the Watatsumi as its core. Therefore, it has the same properties as the Watatsumi, the same properties as the meteorite that struck the Northern Parliament so long ago. It has the power to merge with its surroundings and turn dreams into reality. We can use this to our advantage. Akagi was on the right track, so we will employ the same method as her. Only, we will be using far more sophisticated and reliable data instead of the corrupted soul she had to work with. In all your years of dealing with the sirens, you should already be familiar with the natural calculation system, yes? It is the beating heart of the Magister's plan, and the Antiochus' most important piece of equipment. Observer Zero personally oversees its use, and nobody knows where the machine itself actually is. However, every observer has permission to connect to it. That's how she gains full control over the test site she oversees. When an observer doesn't access the system, she ends up like the one in your branch. I'm getting sidetracked. In short, we will reconnect Observer to the natural calculation system to create a world segment based on records of the past. Then, we will project this world segment into Naraka. What this means is that upon entering Naraka, we will be able to step into this world segment. From there, we will retrieve the information needed to reconstitute Amagi's soul in that realm, frozen in time. Sounds simple enough. This works for Amagi. Can we do the same for others who've had their hulls corroded or damaged? I'm afraid not. The factors at play here, Naraka, Watatsumi, the Origin Cube, and above all else, Akagi's strong emotions give shape to what is possible. Amagi is Akagi's principal fixation. Of course, one could argue that this extends to the other people she cares about, but at the end of the day, it's not something that can be done for everyone. Moreover, you personally have to be the one to recover her data and lead the fleet through what's inside. One last, but important thing. If you don't deal with Naraka, the corrosion it has attracted will leak past the prime barrier and eventually consume your whole branch. While you're inside recovering the data, those outside the singularity will need to guard the gaps to prevent the corrosion from spreading, even if it costs them their lives. Beyond that, you will also need to lead a separate fleet into Naraka to defeat the twisted amalgamations of Amagi birthed within the singularity and release her concept once and for all. Keep in mind that Akagi has already successfully overturned Amagi's death in this branch. It is no longer possible to erase people's memories of the imposter. For the true Amagi to return, you will need to destroy this concept in its entirety. We're lucky that Akagi has a soft spot for you. If you weren't here now, your branch's odds wouldn't look so as optimistic. I'll put together a fleet to help you deal with the amalgamations. In the meantime, assemble the team you plan to take with you into Naraka. Contain the corrosion, eliminate the false versions of Amagi, and recover the real Amagi's hull data. That's the operation we drafted. The fact we'll be using the natural calculation system to enter a superimposed world segment seems almost inconceivable still. Then there's my role in this. How exactly do I go about collecting this whole data and reconstructing the true Amagi's concept? There are still too many uncertainties. Commander, is everything fine? Yeah. How is Akagi holding up? She's a lot calmer than before, but she still refuses to be cleansed of the corrosion. She must be going through a lot, seeing as she hasn't come to see me. Yeah, seems that way. Let's give her some space for now. One more thing. While getting testimonies from Akagi and Nagato previously, we noticed that some information didn't line up. For example, Nagato mentioned that she was attacked in the Pacific and Hiei was abducted in her place. But Akagi denied knowing about this and said she ordered no such attack. Akagi also said she knew nothing about the imposter's attempt to hijack Tester's mainframe. In other words, they're not a reflection of Akagi's will. We'll need to be extra careful when we face them. Hey, by the way, is it really a good idea to work with Observer? Bismarck and Akagi did the same once, and look how that turned out for them. I'm not accusing you of anything. I'm just concerned. Memphis isn't alone in that regard. Others looked anxious when I briefed them on the operation. It's not that I trust Observer. She's no ally of mine. However, I do trust Helena, and I believe this arrangement with Observer will save us. Sure, it's a risky deal, but it's what we need right now. Okay, but do you personally really need to enter the singularity? I do. It has to be me. Why? Because Helena said so? That's not the only reason. Akagi and many Sakurans are counting on me. Helena, Helena, Helena. Why do you trust her so much? Pardon? Oh, sorry. What I meant to say is that I trust you, Commander. Memphis, what is going on? Oh? And from Minazuki of all people. Why is she calling you? How did she reach your command vessel? In all likelihood, that's Yamato speaking through Minazuki. Oh, I see. Should I notify Akagi about this? Well, when it comes to her... Akagi, I'm putting you through to the commander. Commander, this is Nagata. I've rescued Akagi and Zuikaku. Akagi? Can you hear me? Are you alright? Man, forgive me. I've made a grave mistake. Never. I must abhor me for the things that I've done. Calm down. I'm not going anywhere. I'm coming to see you. Aga's gone. Amagi's never coming back. And now there won't even be a place for me to go back to. They've betrayed everything and everyone. Open the singularity. It's too late now, even for someone like you. I'm sorry. All I wanted was, please, put an end to this nightmare. I will. I promise. I've tried to comfort her the best that I can, but words can only do so much for wounds of the heart. Unfortunately, all I can do is be there for her as she navigates through her own trauma. I'll try again later to persuade her to have the corrosion cleansed. It's too dangerous to leave it unchecked. Got it. Why would Yamato be contacting me now? Did something unexpected happen? Minazuki, it's me. Would you mind putting Yamato on the line? Making of a world segment. Establishing connection to mainframe. Connection established. Observer. Test site beta. 2.9143. 1.4720. Negative 1.3766. Negative 23760291143. Verifying data. Data verification complete. Querying natural calculation system. Query complete. Creating world segment. Sampling range. Near Amagi's living quarters. Generating sample. Generation complete. Downloading data. Download complete. Natural calculation system call complete. Things are going smoothly. You have what you wanted now. All you have to do is project this into the designated area of Naraka. We move so openly, and yet my mainframe doesn't suspect a thing. I find myself even more fascinated by these methods of yours, even if you do have the tower's assistance. Abandon that idle curiosity, Observer. Yes, yes, your commander is impressive too for being able to work with Akagi given the state she's in. You know what's going on in Naraka, and you know how slim the chances of success are. Yet you still send the commander. What drives you to take such risks, I repeat, abandon that idle curiosity. Aw, how boring. Fine, I'll start preparing the projection of this world segment. I'll need to maintain my connection to the mainframe, so keep me good and safe, okay? Departure. Sometime later, in the waters near the Naraka Singularity. I understand your feelings, Akagi, but your safety comes first. Yes, Lady Nagato, I understand. Don't presume all of this to be your fault. I am partially in the wrong for not stopping you. When in doubt, however, follow the commander's orders to the letter. Yes, Lady Nagato, I understand. I expect you to bring Ryoho and Zuikaku home safely. Yes, Lady Nagato, I understand. I am just worried about you. That's all. But that's not all, is it? You're worried the commander's life will be on the line during this operation, aren't you? Yes. Commander? What manner of magical pep talk did you just have with Akagi? Morale was so low before, but everyone seems perfectly fine now. How? Learning about the world segment was probably a major factor. And that was enough to make such a big difference? Should I be more impressed by your foresight or her resilience? Maybe that's exactly the kind of strength that's needed to occupy a prominent position in the Sakura Empire. Perhaps. You might not realize it yet, but Akagi is doing her best. I have a feeling that this is the real Akagi, unburdened by the weight of her obsession. Akagi, we're ready. Good. Everything is going smoothly. Are you sure it's okay for me to come with you? After what I said to you in the barrier? I didn't expect this from someone of the 5th Carrier Division. Forget about me. Will there ever be a better opportunity to help the commander? Besides, when we finally meet my sister, I need her to see what our wonderful new talent is capable of. Commander, we are officially ready. She's rushing us, Commander. I won't complain about her newfound energy, but I wonder if she isn't stealing the show a little. Now, let her test her leadership skills. After all, we need her help to accomplish Yamato's task. If I can secure the Sakuran souls lost in the ritual barrier and the singularity is eliminated, then they can be brought back. But not all of them are with me. One remains. Kaga, she who acted as substitute for Akagi. She has been drawn into Naraka, making it impossible for me to recover her soul. As with Amagi, her soul must be found before she can return. Save Amagi, Kaga, the Sakura Empire, and the very world itself. I have faith that you can work such a miracle. That's it. Only by saving everyone and bringing everything back to normal can I fulfill my promise. Enterprise. After I enter Naraka with Nagato's fleet, you'll be in charge of the operation in the Pacific. I contacted leaders of other factions in advance. They shouldn't give you any trouble. As we discussed before, your role is to open a path from the crack in the barrier to the ritual's core and prepare to destroy the singularity from the outside. You'll also need to defeat and purify any enemies that escape the barrier. The Sea of Stars and Celestial Tower are monitoring the situation in case other cracks appear. Do everything in your power to stop the corrosion from spreading further until I return. Roger that. Leave the outside to me. And, Commander, be careful in there. Meanwhile, the Singularity Strike Force prepared for combat against the false amalgamations. Lady Nagato, please reconsider. This is too dangerous. My decision is firm. This is no longer up for discussion. At least let me come along, please. Absolutely not. You lack compatibility with Watatsumi, so you have no means of interfacing with it. I will handle it by myself. Oh god, I forgot that Shin Sumeda existed. Oh my god. Rest assured, I will deliver her safely. I'm sure you said the same thing about Musashi. And then, brazen as it is, I will use this opportunity to atone for past mistakes. After this is all over, I will apologize to her in person. I'll hold you to that. Milady, it's time. Are you ready? Always. The corrosion won't cause lasting damage? Purification will fix everything, right? Wisdom Cube's safety features can tolerate meta-corrosion to an extent. With some adjustments to the hull's surface, we can entirely nullify the effects of the meta-transformation for a short period. Though, it falls to the individual whether she trusts us or not. I swear on Fu's name that Lady Nagato will come back safe and sound. Kasumi? Okay, I trust you. Because the Watatsumi had served as the basis of the Singularity's formation, we need to interface with the relic in order to locate the false amalgamations. However, the corrosion inside the Singularity is so powerful that, without a countermeasure, ship girls inside will lose their minds like Hio and Junyo had. Conversely, Intentionally undergoing metamorphosis ahead of time and carrying a means of purification would allow ship girls to enter without fear. Such was the conclusion drawn through my and Helena's joint efforts. Thus, we decided that a minimal fleet of the Meta, Jinsu, and Kasumi would join Nagato on her mission. Kasumi would then induce a controlled metamorphosis state within Nagato. Let us begin, Kasumi. Understood, milady. Kasumi pressed a blue flame against Nagato's chest. The flames engulfed her, and her conscious mind sunk deeper and deeper. As flowers bloom, so too must they wither. The circle of life spins on, protective power and endless font. I am Nagato, guardian fox of the Sakura Empire. I understand your wish, and mine is to protect my fellow Sakurans. Allow me to fulfill both of our wishes. Use my power as you please. The fire erupts, and from it emerges Nagato, bolstered by meta power. Will that do? God, I forgot how perfect Nagato meta is, though. Like, Jesus Christ. How do you feel? A little dizzy. I think I hallucinated some sights and sounds. Let me take a look. Huh. Did something go wrong? No, I don't think so. You're actually doing a lot better than I expected. Good. As planned, focus on finding false amalgamations when we go in. Leave the fighting to us so you can conserve your power. Very well. We depart at once. With Observer's help, worldwide communications are smoother than ever. Since the appearance of the Naraka Singularity in the North Atlantic Ocean Since the appearance of the Naraka Singularity, the Singularity in the North Atlantic Ocean ramped up activity as well. While Enterprise's fleet dealt with Naraka in the Pacific, New Jersey and the factions of Europa were left to defend against it. Irith Orthodoxy, Cathedral. Jean and Algere, the two of you will lead the Orthodoxy's fleets to support efforts in Central and North Atlantic Sea. New Jersey is commanding the effort there. We will work with her to suppress the Singularity and buy time for the commander's mission. Understood, Cardinal. We will deplete as soon as the fleet has assembled. It's time to show the world the power of the unified Iris Templar Knights. The rest of the fleet will catch up with you on the battlefield. As soon as you and other immediately available forces are ready, leave at once. Time is of the essence today. Jean Bart will guide the unprepared portion of the fleet to you later on. Yes, ma'am. Iris Orthodoxy, Ironblood Consulate. Tirpitz, the Ironblood mainland and North Sea fleets are to fight in the North Atlantic Ocean. Buy as much time for the commander as you possibly can. I won't disappoint you. Iris Orthodoxy, Sardegnian Consulate. Take the Mediterranean fleets and fleet station at Toronto, Alexandria, Venice, and nearby ports. Add the capital fleet, our mass-produced ships, and our aerial forces too. The Orthodoxy's fleet is starting to set sail. I'll request the use of their open docks for maintenance of our ships as well. Vittorio, Sardegna will join this glorious battle to put her might on full display. The mastermind behind the scenes may feel our resplendence, but today's story is not solely about us. We need to prove to the commander, and to the world, that we are a major power on the world stage. I read you loud and clear, Veneto. It is our time to stun friend and foe alike. Iris Orthodoxy, Secret Tribunal Building. The Iris Orthodoxy, Eagle Union, Ironblood, Sardegna, and even the Ashes. Oh, but the Royal Navy is yet to act. Kirov claims that all singularities could go out of control, yet the Gate of Avalon seems stable for the time being. Her Majesty seems to have learned from past mistakes. That said, it's such a shame to see them left out. The Royal Navy, Shinano's Sakura fleet. I'd like to see you more appropriately mobilized for the commander's sake. The floating dock return. After the commander's group has left, the Pacific Fleet began their own battle. Ibiki, how much has the Sakharin fleet recovered? Our mass-produced fleet is, frankly, hopeless. Even an optimistic estimate of our ship girls puts it at 50% combat capacity, and that's including the ones who can barely fight. The commander wasn't kidding. I've deployed a few floating docks at the rear. You're free to use them. Treat and repair the wounded. Use all the supplies you need, too. Reform your fleet, and I'll call for you again. What matters is that you recover enough that you can back us up later on. My sincerest gratitude. I shall inform the others about the floating docks right away. Toso and Hosho are reforming the fleet now, so no worries there. One thing, though. Can the Sakharin fleet still be the one in charge of making the path from the crack to the core of the ritual? We know the situation in the mainland, and the enemy's up ahead better than anyone else. Really? You just got out of danger and you're going back for more? That's not it. This poses an existential threat to our people, and we wish to rid ourselves of it. Okay. The Sakharin fleet can lead the vanguard. Just in case, I'm sending a healthier fleet alongside you. Not that we don't trust you. Just in case things take a turn for the worse. Understood. Thank you for your consideration. I love that Ibiki just wears her yukata now instead of her regular outfit. That's a nice touch. Hornet, can I entrust you to accompany the Sakharin fleet? Yes, ma'am. What better opportunity to test the Type 2 rigging I got from the commander? Just don't get too cocky. You and the Sakharin fleet are key to this whole mission. No problem, no problem. You be careful too, Auntie. I'll go too. We can't leave any room for mistakes. Not against a singularity. Thanks, Kirov. Our fleet here, plus the girls undergoing repairs and treatment, will handle the crack. The rest of us will position around the singularity per the commander's plans. Soyuz to the north, Harbin to the west, Bunker Hill east, and Pittsburgh south. You know your positions, so get to them. The singularity will only intensify over time, which means more cracks are liable to appear. Each fleet needs to fight prudently. You never know when you might end up in a protracted battle. It's a rough situation, but reinforcements are on the way. SD Naval Base, New York Naval Base, and other garrisons are sending their best. The Northern Parliament is contributing to the effort too. We're going to stand strong here until the commander's job is done. No matter how difficult, no matter how long the fight, we will seize victory in the end. Near the singularity. Floating Dock 3. Maya, take this numbered ticket and go rest. It'll be your turn for repairs in no time. Hey look, Zuiho's back. Thank you. No problem. Oh, Suzanami, did you get hurt too? Just a minor scratch. What I really need is an ammo resupply, if you don't mind. Write your name here and go that way, and you'll be refilled in no time. Thanks, Zuiho. Aw, she's so adorable and blue! Impressive, Zuiho. This place is a jumbled mess just minutes ago, but you got it organized in no time. Oh yeah, there's also Vestal. I keep forgetting Vestal exists. It was just easy for me since the crowd thinned out. Are you finished with yours, Vestal? Well, I had some stuff to do at Dock 5. I was just checking in on things here along the way back. There were a lot of injured girls here too, right? Yeah, there were. I sent them to Dock 5 like you said, though. You'll help them for us, Vestal. Don't worry. I'll make sure they're taken care of. Oh, hello. This is Vestal. Zuiho? She's right next to me here at Dock 3. Okay, got it. Vestal? What's going on? Nothing major. The Sakharins are looking for you, so I just told them where you were. Zuiho, you here? Izumo's looking for you. Yeah. Oh, look, Ayase. Oh, Hachikaze. Ayase. Sorry, Vestal, but is it okay if I go now? Go ahead. Dock management is my job, so I'm just happy you made things easier for me. Zuiho jumped off Dock 3 and ran to her comrades. Along the way, though, she noticed a faint glint in Hachikaze's eyes. Hadakaze? What was that? What was what? Nothing. I must have just imagined it. Hey, Matt. I has sub. Yes, you do has sub, Matt. Thank you. I better not keep Izuma waiting. Let's go. Divergent Metamorphosis. A girl sailed across the ocean, blanketed in dark, billowing smoke. I sense no presence of corrosion entities, and that impostor is nowhere to be seen. I'm uncertain whether to consider myself lucky or unlucky for being dumped in such a barren place. Looking at my body, there's no denying I've become meta. And yet, I feel nothing like the metas I've seen and heard about. Somehow I feel calm, with no urge of destruction. On the contrary, I feel calmer now than before I turned meta. This new power feels natural too, as though I've had it for a long, long time. I even feel younger, light as air. No, what am I saying? I'm not that old yet. Calm down, focus. I need to find a way out of here and report to Lady Nagato immediately. But where? Where's the way out? I suppose I'll just have to look around until I find something. A walk in the park. This place bearing the swords of the corruption. I expected more resistance. Is this the power of metamorphosis? Or has my mindset simply? What is it that makes me feel so safe and dependable, yet light-headed? Then she heard the rumbling of machine engines not far from her. Aircraft? Out here? There must be others who are trapped in here. I must help them at once. Hiei cut through the black mist, and her surroundings changed completely, as though she'd been thrust into a new place. Dark clouds, thunder, a burning sea? This may not be real, but it certainly feels real. I suppose an illusion has gripped this place too. She looked at the sky and saw the clear silhouettes of a squadron of aircraft. They had identified an aircraft who were attacking a massive phoenix manifested by the corrosion. But in the blink of an eye, the phoenix attacked back, knocking them all out of the air. A shame about the planes. That phoenix fight's unlike anything I've seen before. Where did that beast come from? The sounds of fighting stopped. The aerial attack had been meaningless, and the remains of the aircraft lay scattered to the sea. It's not over. Not yet. I figured out the source of your strength. Even if this world is beyond salvation, I could still send you to the deepest depths of hell. Hadakaze? She's gravely wounded. She'll sink at this rate. Although Hiei was hardly in a far favorable position herself, her body acted before her brain did. Cannons boomed, and she dodged the incoming shells. She had no choice but to help Hadakaze against the beast. Disappear like a cloud in the sky. Hiei's attack struck the phoenix of black mist hiding amongst the clouds, dispersing it into nothingness. Hang in there, Hadakaze. Hiei? I thought we'd lost you. Am I dreaming? Well, you could call this a dream of sorts, I suppose. Dream or not, though, I will not turn my back on the con. Our enemies will be on to us soon, so we should leave. Come with me. Whatever comes next, we'll just have to deal with it. Hiei led Hatakaze back the way she came, cutting through the mist and returning to that desolate world. Although the beast's roars pierced faintly through the mist, they did not pursue the two ship girls. It looks like they can't pass through the illusion's boundary. Speaking of which, how did you get here? From outside the illusion? Illusion? Where are we? Am I dreaming or am I not? I assume you don't know, judging by that look. Yes, I'm afraid not. For the time being, let me tend to your injuries. Please bear with it. This won't take long, I promise. Pain. I mustn't be dreaming then. Since this is no dream, I guess I should say you came like a miracle at the end of a hopeless battle. Tell me, do you not fear me? Why should I? Because of this power I have. Surely you sense it. At this stage, I'm hardly any different from those beasts out there. That's not true. Power isn't inherently good or bad. It's about how you use it. For instance, I used my meta power just now to save you. I don't have to fear power. You'd understand. My power is much, much more frightening than that of a meta. And then it should be your enemies that fear your power, not your allies, no? You sure have a way with words, just like Kongo. What if I told you I'm not the Hatakaze you know? Perhaps you aren't. Perhaps I've never really met you before. Even so, you are still you. I trust Hazakaze, and presuming you're still her at heart, I trust you as well. I see. Say, have you really undergone metamorphosis? I'm not sure myself. Condition is nothing like metamorphosis as I understand it. Do you know what it might be? No. I haven't a clue. That's okay. We'll figure it out once we're back home. To tell the truth, I, ended up here by accident and I need to get back immediately. Lady Nagato must be worried sick about me, so finding the way out is my #1 priority right now. Based on the direction you're facing now, turn right 47.5 degrees and go straight ahead. Do so, and you should leave this place. Wait, really? How do you know that? Instinct. My power tells me so. Instinctual. The way cleared. Unknown location. Through Tori after Tori, through countless fragmented dreams. All tragic. All concluding with those scattered golden butterflies. Though gradually, Shinano understood the meaning of these dreams. This one's presence yields more butterflies, and those butterflies turn tragic ends into better ones. In that case, this one must witness them all, must gather those butterflies. As Shinano pressed on through dream after dream, she approached the end of the road of Torii gates ahead, and the golden butterflies gathered around her and grew in number. Finally, there was but one gate left. The one ahead is the last. Ah, what tragedy awaits. Shinano, you have to stop. You mustn't see what lies in this dream. An unexpected figure appeared in the dream grotto and blocked her way forward. You're Uso. Greetings, Shinano. Why do you obstruct this one's path? The righteous path is to revere, and to therefore stay away from the Watatsumi. Leave the sacred relic, please, and this dream world along with it. That which lies here is not for your hands to touch. The commander needs this one's power. No matter the reason, this one cannot delay. You never change, Shinano. If you're so insistent on this, then you'll see things end exactly as they did before. Hate me if you will, but I must stop you. Uso raised one hand and set a crimson barrier on the final Torii gate. Then she disappeared just as abruptly as she'd arrived. Such complex construction. It will take time to unravel. Force, then, is the only option. Shinano focused her mind, materializing her power as blue butterflies. She raised her hand, golden gathered behind blue. This one cannot afford to waste a second. The two groups of butterflies danced in a circular pattern, faster and faster, until they became a dichromatic storm. Before she could unleash her power, however, Shinano sensed another presence in the cavern. Shinano, wait. Allow me. A familiar voice. Hansen? Sword. Reflect my heart and slice through. With one calm swing, a blade of golden light descended from above and split the Tori's barrier in two. Hurry forth, Shinano. Thank you, Hansen, and Yamato as well. With the barrier broken, the golden butterflies glowed brighter than ever before. Without hesitation, Shinano plunged into the light. Whoa! Somewhere, in an unknown location. Whew. Her mind seemed to fade further and further away into a murky haze. There's that feeling again. I've had this same dream over and over the past few days. Am I just overthinking things? Amagi let her mind drift and unravel in empty space, searching for some useful information. Just like before, there's nothing? Wait. When she focused on the new sensation, something fell into her hand out of thin air. It's a Magantama amulet? Somewhere, in an unknown location. She saw a world in flames. Two familiar figures are being consumed bit by bit even as she watched. What is this? I can't accept this end. Never. I'll never. Amagi. The commander's appearance has caused results to differ wildly from the simulation. But I had so much hope for this that I'm willing to permit this level of deviation. I'll just bring things back on track by erasing the two of you here. Erase? I won't let you. Akagi is glowing? What is that amulet? Is that power what I think it is? Somewhere, in an unknown location. Under a withered sakura tree stood two familiar figures. I'm so close. So very close. I can practically feel you. But why? Why? Oh, this is the end of the last event. Why? Why is the last step so... Is this the ritual? Kaga. You know her just as well as I do. That's why we're the perfect exchange for the final fragment of her soul. You must understand. As soon as this is over, Amagi will come back to us. So, just come with me, okay? Okay. Let's go, Akagi. The final stage of this ritual. From Naraka down to the netherworld. A dead branch, previously harmless looking, suddenly shot forth from the girl's blind spot. Akagi, Kaga, watch out! No, don't do this to me. Oh, whoa. When she woke up, she saw that same bedroom ceiling again. A dream? No, it was far too real. Too real to be a nightmare. This must be an omen. Akagi, life and death cannot be severed from the shackles of fate. My sickliness comes from the flaws in my hull. I've already accepted my fate. I really have, but... Amagi, you have a visitor. Right now? Has Kaga come for another game, I wonder? That's exactly what it's for, actually. Okay, then. I need to get presentable first, so entertain her for a while, please. Understood. That amulet. Okay. That's so weird. I don't like how it's gone from dreary and everyone dying to happy and everyone alive. Inside the Naraka Singularity, World Segment, Commander's Special Fleet. In the reconstruction memory sample inside Naraka, a scene from the Sakura's Empire's past unfolded. It was a veritable sea of spring flowers, a stark contrast to the corrosion-addled Singularity. Commander, this is a memory of a time with Amagi. She's somewhere in this world. Tears welled up in Akagi's eyes, no longer clouded by the madness of the corrosion. Commander, Sitrep, are you in the segment yet? Can't you tell from our monitoring equipment? Why bother asking? Over communications, I hear Helena, an observer, a foe turned temporarily ally, bickering. I'd prepared a special communications channel just for the three of us, to ensure a smooth operation. So far, so good. We're in a cherry blossom forest right now, but we should be close to the target. Okay. Be careful and keep in touch. Of course. Sorry about that, chat. After talking with Helena, I had Akagi lead the way. This was always the perfect flower viewing spot. I came here with Amagi often. The Sakura Empire held so many parties here, too. Anyway, we'd best be going. Akagi was in such a foul mood before. Did the commander cheer her up that easily? She might just be hopeful that she'll see Amagi and Kaga again soon. Even if it wasn't fully her intention. She did, you know... Oh, speaking of, wasn't this spot your home once upon a time? Hard to believe that the training ground I went to so often used to be so pretty. After my sister left us, I lost the will to maintain this place. Instead of watching these lovely flowers decay, I decided I might as well flatten the place and make it useful. I'm sorry. That's enough talk about the bad time. Let's get going, Commander. It's still jarring how quickly her mood swings. Oh. She's nothing like the Akagi we knew. Yeah, I always thought she was more... obsessive? Or self-interested, maybe? Might feel like visiting relatives to her, but how long does she plan to drag us around? She's doing her very best in her own way. You think so? I think she's trying to be the Akagi that Amagi would remember, as a means of atoning. Don't worry. Let her do her thing. Cherry Blossom Forest, Pavilion. This is the prime flower viewing spot. People would sit down and take breaks at the pavilion. It's an ideal spot for any season, really. It even commands a lovely view of Amagi's mansion. Commander, would you come sit with me? Just for a moment? Akagi. Ryo, oh, please. Fine. I won't object. Commander, your thoughts? I accept your proposal, and we will all take a short break. The Sakurans and girls from other fleets naturally split into two separate groups, so I sit right between them. Zuikiko and Ryoho aside, those of us less familiar with Sakuran affairs seem restless, especially given the state of things outside the Singularity. I understand Akagi's feelings, but this is a serious situation. We can't dilly-dally all day, and I doubt the Sakurans want to indulge her for long. Alright, I think it's time I step in. Akagi? Do you think you're unworthy? Don't really? Come over here, please. Zuikiko and Riho stand up, freeing up space next to me. You wouldn't understand. You don't know what Amagi means for me. What awful things I've done. That's why I'm here. To make sure you meet your sister, and that everyone makes it out of this in one piece. Even now, so many fleets are doing their damnedest to fight off the corrosion. Now, more than ever, we need you to be a leader. Andrew. Okay. Just need a little longer. Fine by me. Thank you. As soon as I finish this tea, we can go. Akagi, good morning! Naka and Hatakaze? Are you two going out? Yes, we were thinking of going out to the tree for training. Incidentally, who is that next to you? Just visitors coming to see Amagi. Oh, she's playing Go with Kaga in the parlor. Want me to let Jinsu know? That won't be necessary. You two can just get to your training, thank you. Yes, ma'am. I'll go ahead and do just that. While the two of them left, there was a faint glint in Hatakaze's eyes. However, none of the visitors would take notice. Okay, so Hatakaze is just evil. Got it. Okay. Let us depart. Ooh, man, I mute to yawn and then yawn again. It's time for us to meet Amagi. Reunion. Inside the Naraka Singularity, World Segment Commander's Special. We finally begin our journey to Amagi's mansion. Now resolved, Akagi beeline towards her objective without a single detour. Tensions between the Sakurans and other faction ship girls seem to have relaxed a little. Not every day you get to enter such a perfectly replicated slice of life, after all. Another reason might be the air of determination emanating from Akagi now. Under her leadership, we march down the petal-strewn road until we reach our destination, Amagi's home. After going through the gate, several hallways, and a veranda by the courtyard, Akagi stops. We're here. Two voices can be heard from the other side of the sliding door. One is calm, while the other is both frustrated and fierce. I win. Damn. How do I keep falling for tricks? Again, I demand a rematch. Upon hearing the winner's voice, Akagi stiffens up as if her feet have become lead blocks. Akagi, would you like to be alone with them first? Commander, it's cool if we wait outside, right? Huh? Agreed. Let's give Akagi some breathing room. Oh my god! I've never actually seen her so expressive. Akagi yanks the sliding door open, interrupting their game. Their faces, how they sit, their auras, everything is just the way she remembered. I missed you. I missed you so much, sister. Amagi? Calling a sister's name was enough to drain her of all of her energy. Everything she'd been holding in, her hope, her love, her hopes, and her tears, comes rushing out all at once. Akagi, what the hell? I knew you were a crybaby, but surely you can remember basic manners. Are you okay? Someone say something nasty to you? Akagi? Amagi? Your sister. Oh, I missed you so. Unable to control her sobbing, she throws herself into her beloved sister's arms. Never before had she let anyone see her cry like this. Never when Amagi was there, never after she'd lost her, never even when she'd fantasized about seeing her again. No measure of relief, joy, regret, or sorrow could match up to this moment of raw pathos. Such fervent obsession, such a short-lived dream, ever losing, ever regaining, a tumult of instability. In this moment, though, none of that mattered. Amagi, I missed you so much. So much. I can't even begin to... Please, never leave me again. Amagi, never leave your poor little sister. It'll be okay, Akagi. I'm here with you. I'm not going anywhere, I promise. Amagi holds her little sister in her arms, stroking her hair lovingly. She's equally surprised and confused, but she asks no questions. Her sister's cries are sorrowful, as if her heart had been torn in two. Even Amagi, who had long accepted that her end as a Sip girl would come, pities the poor girl. Well, I obviously came at a bad time. I can read the room. I'll go ahead and get out of here. Realizing how out of place she is, Kaga gets up to leave. Before she can exit, Aki rushes over to her and holds her in place. Kaga, don't go, please. I'm not letting you go again. Ever. I won't ever let you do such a thing again. Okay, what is this girl going on about? Did she hit her head or something? Control your sister, Amagi. Let your little shadow stick to you all you want, but I'm not having any part of it. Oh my god, it's so sad. Feeling how the little girl's heart is pounding, Kaga realizes that this isn't just a childish prank. What's gotten into her? Yeah, I'm not leaving. Happy now? You're gonna cry, take it over there. You're getting tears and snot all over my clothes. Okay. Akagi obediently returns to her sister's arms. The reunion she had dreamt of seems to last an eternity. Face to face. Inside, okay, same thing. I'm not gonna say it every time. I'm sorry. I'm not saying it every time. Once Akagi calmed down, she arranged a meeting between them all and me at the top floor of the mansion. I have the rest of the fleet wait in the guest room, and then I head up the stairs to meet Akagi. Our mission is do or die. We must recover Amagi's hull data and neutralize the Naraka singularity. Amagi's mansion, top floor. Amagi sits on the chief seat. Akagi and Kaga, the battleship. Akagi and Kaga, the battleship, sit to her sides. As far as the Amagi of this world is concerned, she and I are total strangers. And yet, somehow, I get the feeling that she knows who I am. You must be the commander. Thank you for coming all this way. Well, Akagi told me where you're from. She has yet to tell me what the specific goal of your journey is. I've been told you're here to save me. But if I may ask, what does that mean? Thanks for telling her, Akagi. We can get straight to the chase. Amagi, you suffer from a hull defect that cannot be cured. Going to claim your life one day, isn't it? Yes, you say is true. What? Amagi, you told me you only had a weak constitution. What's this about a hull defect and it claiming your life one day? You've never said anything about that. I hoped that I could keep these things secret forever. Clearly, the word got out in the end, in the world from whence you came. Sister, you knew how bad it was this whole time? I'm sorry, Akagi. I knew there was no escaping my fate. I only wanted to arrange some things for you before I passed. I wasn't trying to hide the truth for you. Additionally, this world is not real. It's a fabricated segment inside a singularity dubbed Naraka. Akagi and I came here from two things: to revive you both, and to save the world. If all goes well, you, Amagi, will be able to live in a new future. Hold up. This world is some fake copy? What's that about a singularity? You're bullshitting us, aren't you? No, Kaga. What the commander said is all true. Makes no sense, and I don't want it to. Even if it's true, I couldn't care less. I'm leaving. Wait. Stay and listen. Just a while longer. I get it. My lips are sealed. I won't tell anyone about this. That's not what I was going to say. I want both Amagi and you to come with us. You what? Come with you? Yes. In our world, you sacrificed your life in hopes of restoring my sanity. Kaga, please. Let's listen to what they have to say. Besides, I have questions to ask. We can decide after that. Fine. So be it. Commander, you say you want to save me and Kaga. What exactly does that entail? Put it simply, we're going to bring you with us out of this place. Elena, you copy? I'll need your help to explain our plan. Loud and clear. Keep talking and see where the conversation goes. I'm afraid I don't follow. You said a minute ago that this world is not real. It's only a segment. If we, too, are mere fabrications, how are you going to bring us into the real world? Straight to the crux of the issue. Should I talk about her whole first? A whole can be made one of two ways, either with a wisdom cube on its own, or with the Watatsumi paired with a wisdom cube. When using only a cube, assuming you have the data to connect a concept, the cube itself must provide the energy for a body. That means, if you're connecting to data using only a cube to manifest a whole, the cube you're using has to be undamaged. On the other hand, if you use both a cube and the Watatsumi, all the cube needs is the data to connect a concept. In other words, the cube creates the soul, the Watatsumi handles the rest, the body. On the topic at hand, those who will leave this segment will be recovered as data. The souls, in other words. By putting their souls in a special receptacle, you can use the Watatsumi to create bodies to place those souls inside, thus letting them live again as ship girls. For all intents and purposes, this revives them. That was a lot to take in at once. Amagi is perceptive. She'll know if you skip over details. Unless you meant that you didn't catch all that. No, it's fine. I memorized it. First off, let's talk about how a whole is created. I understand now. My data, my soul, can be transplanted into a new body created in your world to give me new life. Exactly! It's going to work! I hope so. If you went through the trouble of recreating an entire world, you must be more than prepared for everything this operation entails. However, based on what you said, won't I only have memories of what has happened until today? Seeing as I'm not long for this world, it's not a problem for me. But in Kaga's case, won't she practically be a stranger compared to the person you've known and fought alongside? It's like bringing your past self into the future, skipping over what happened along the way. Our goal is to revive Kaga, but by doing it this way, she won't be the same person as the 8 days she passed. We need a soul from a time after Amagi perished. No, Commander, this way might actually be preferable. It would be better for Kaga if she forgot about her time with me. You really mean that? I mean, she's your sister. She's... Enough, Suikaku. Kaga gave me enough in one life. Your sister? Do you mind telling me how Kaga lost her life? Well, I'm not sure if... It's alright, Ryoho. I'll tell her everything myself. I was conducting a ritual with the goal of reviving you. Then... What? I did that? The person you're describing was really me? Interesting. I can't even imagine what happened between now and then. A corrupted ritual under a withered sacred sakura. Tell you the truth, I had a dream like that yesterday. You did? But how could you possibly have... I don't know. What's that about, Observer? Didn't you say this segment was based off of real data? I did. The natural calculation system generated this segment with 100% accuracy, neither adding nor subtracting anything. That makes no sense. How did Amagi dream of what happened in the future? She's not Shinano. She doesn't draw power from the Watatsumi. I'll look into it. Continue with the mission. It stands to reason, then. If the dream I had yesterday was a vision from your future, have all my other dreams been visions as well? Commander, I must ask, have we ever met before? Amagi knew everything all along? Your ability to stay calm is truly a thing to be studied. Well, I've asked all my questions. You've gone through all this trouble to bring me back to life, and I happily accept. I put my trust in you both. Commander, Akagi, Kaga, I'd like you to come with me. By which I mean you simply must come along. I'm afraid you have no choice. You sure believe them quickly. You were just feigning ignorance this whole time to drag me into this. Please, you're overthinking it. I only set my mind to this just now. All right. Besides, knowing what's at stake, you'd probably drag me along even if I said no. And we've reached an agreement, Commander. Amagi, we've got trouble. Strange enemies are attacking the training area. Strange enemies? What's your status? We're fighting them as we retreat. Sendai has been hurt. I understand. Keep retreating. Roger. Now enemies are showing up? This is one dangerous world segment. They're not a part of it. The segment's boundary line has been broken. They, and the corrosion, are invading from Narika. I'd retreat fast if I were you, because the segment isn't going to last very long. Damn it. Helena, how are the others doing? It's a stalemate. It's not looking dire for them just yet. Good, then I'm going to save them. Alright, let's do it your way. I think this would happen just as we were about to leave. Akagi, how would you deal with this situation? This world is simply a fabrication. As soon as we leave, it's going to disappear. Our chief goal is to save you and Kaga, deal with the singularity, and avoid all unnecessary fighting. However, I've led our country, and we have the commander here with us. I'm not about to turn back on my friends in need of help. That's good. Commander, what are your thoughts? Who I am doesn't change whether I'm in a real or fake world. The same is true for my friends and allies. My morals don't bend simply when it's convenient for me. I strive to do everything I can, even if the results in the end aren't perfect. All that is to say, I want to help them. Thank you. That's a wonderful answer. We are who we are, whether our world is fake or real. Thus, we must help. That mindset that makes you, you. It's also why Akagi is so fond of you. Let us go, Commander. Okay, we are almost halfway through, and it's been an hour and a half, which means I'll be able to finish all this before I go to work. Inside the Narika Singularity, World Segment Engagement Zone. I arrive at the rendezvous point with the Sakurans in tow. We cross paths with Sendai's unit, who just took off their attackers. Sorry, Amagi. I underestimated their firepower and couldn't do anything to them. What matters is that you're alright. They caught you by surprise. There shouldn't be any enemies here. Thanks for the kind words. So who are these people? Our guests and reliable reinforcement. You've got carrier gear like what Ho shows. Yes, I'm a carrier, much like Zuikaku and Ryoho. I'm shocked the corrosion has made it even to Amagi's world. Zuikaku, Ryoho, show them what our carrier fleet is capable of. Roger. Sendai, take the severely injured and bring them to the rear. They're not fit for this battle. Shinsu, you'll lead the escort fleet. Don't race too far and be aware of the threats both above and below the water. Kaga, you're coming with me. I'm not letting any of those things near you. Finally, have the girls of the other factions link up with the escort fleet. Does that sound good, Commander? She's completely back to her old self. Should she really be issuing orders, though? This is your fleet, Commander. It's fine. Real or not, these are Sakuran waters, and Akagi is more familiar with them than I am. She can be in charge of this battle. If you notice, like, the data lines of the simulation have encroached closer in onto Amagi's home. Oh, Commander. She's leading us? That needy woman? Crap. Sorry, Amagi. Body moved fast into my brain. Forgive me, sister. I'm no good at this. No, you're doing great. This is a spectacular formation. Really? Remember the commander's words. You're in charge of this. Your time to shine now. Show us how the carriers of the future fight. Let's go! I mean, I almost always run triple aircraft carriers anyway, so this isn't anything new to me. Carriers are fucking broken. Carriers go burr. Might of a carrier is awe-inspiring. Hey, look, it's the Moth Girl. God damn, the music. It's not long before all the invading spawns of corruption have been mopped up. Akagi's mood has been at a complete U-turn as she smiles as turns to me and Amagi for approval. But then, tragedy strikes. Ambush! Look out! Where'd they come from? From the distance, a crimson shimmer comes flying straight towards my command vessel. Commander! The girls promptly jumped in the way, blocking the path of the object. Miss Aura, is it... Coward. Resorted to dirty tricks, huh? Kaga aims her cannons and fires a volley. The crimson light changes course and dodges. Locks onto a new target. Amagi, and speeds up. Knew it was you. I'm not letting you hurt them. Akagi rushes to her sister's side and gets between her and the crimson light, using her own body as a shield. Before she can get a word out, the world segment is instantly shrouded in darkness. Even so, a faint voice reaches my ears. Commander, sorry. At least this is a fitting end for someone who committed such grave sins in the name of obsession. Thank you. Thank you for being kind to me to the very end. Protect them. Kaga, Amagi, and all the rest. Protect them. When the light comes back, Akagi is nowhere to be seen. Oh shit, wait, what the fuck? Wait, no! So we got Kaga back and Amagi, but Akagi died? Fuck, I'm losing wires left and right. Amalgam Extermination Fleet. Sometime earlier, all of the Naraka singularity was bathed in smoke. Is all of Naraka like this? Indeed, the fleet has already entered its core. Lady Nagato, how do you feel? Well, enough. But I've noticed that the smoke here reacts to my presence. That's no surprise. Since you're connected to the Watatsumi, some measure of reaction is expected. Follow that sensation and search for the false amalgamations. Then I shall. Nagato concentrated, letting her senses extend deep into the depths of the... As she did, her vision began to shift. This, the depth of Naraka? Oh, her eyes are glowing now. And this is where Akagi conducted the ritual. And the world segment where the commander is. Yo, Akagi, are you okay? Your eyes are looking real siren-y. A dream grotto, was it? A battlefield. And a void of pure nothingness? But what is this place? Found you. Power is what I desire. The greater, the better. I've found the amalgamate. Oh, god damn, the music! What? Why are the two of you staring? Lady Nagato, look around you. Don't worry. I didn't use the power myself. Though, its original owner seems to have stepped in. I'd feel better if I could examine you. I don't feel unwell, but if you're so worried, then you may. A blue ball of fire floated toward Nagato's brow and disappeared into her without a sound. The Nemetic corrosion is stable. Hasn't worsened. Jinsu, have you ever seen such a thing? If nothing else seems wrong, I think it's safe to use her powers. But don't push yourself, please. Be prepared to adapt to anything. Of course. I have a job to do, after all. She's a tough one. No one is more apt to serve as the core of the decisive weapon. The ship girls sailed on through Naraka, with Nagato leading the way. Nagato's power easily dealt with what enemies attacked them along the way. There was no need for her meta-allies to even step in. The enemies were of little concern to her. What really bothered her was the sense of obsession she felt coming out of Naraka from time to time. Amagi must be brought back to life. Why? Because she's better suited to lead our country than anyone else. Nobody can stop me. Not you. Not even Amagi herself. I knew it. You get your identity from Akagi. Where there's cause, there's effect, and vice versa. The falsehood is the effect. The original is the cause. It's only logical. Be that as it may, a fake can never become the original. All that you've created are empty husks, prisoners to a concept. I am. I have her likeness, memories, personality, way of thinking, even her mannerism. Amagi is the only thing I am. I would never do such a thing in the past. However, you're speaking to my future self. Yes, I am Amagi. I am Amagi's sister and the one most fit to lead the Sakura Empire. You only delude yourself, heighten your obsession, and walk the path to madness. Our country needs a true leader. Reviving Amagi shall be the first step to achieving that. Naraka, heed my call and devour all. Enough already. Your attempts to deceive me are for naught. Akagi did not create Naraka by her own will. She was simply manipulated by the false amalgamation. Akagi schemed for so long, only to be manipulated and exploited by the monster spawned by her own obsession. Then, the monster took advantage of our very minds. What a terrible turn. A group of enemies is approaching. It seems they've detected us. It appears the amalgamations have the ability to connect the Watatsumi. That must be how they can freely manipulate Naraka's environment. They know there is no running away, so they come right to us instead. Soon, the mastermind will appear. Well, here you are, like a moth to the flames. I know what you are. Your bluffs work no longer. Oh, you are a being born of obsession. You carry that obsession with you. You denied Amagi's existence and went so far as to try to replace her concept by reviving her. You will reappropriate Amagi's concept no longer, vile monster. It seems you heard that from Naraka. Then you must already know that I can't be stopped. I will become Amagi. In fact, I'm already acknowledged as Amagi. Those who don't acknowledge me, like you, need only be erased. Then none will doubt my identity. You're hopeless. I regret ever speaking to you. You are a manifestation of obsession and should disappear like one. Go on. Make me disappear then, you little runt. The many Amagi... What the fuck? Shadow of Corruption, Penumbral X. Oh, look, it's the X. O thundering fox, prance betwixt the spirit realms. O thundering fox, prance betwixt the How does near temporary meta possess such power? The loser deserves not the knowledge of the winner. All I will tell you is this. Amagi will be revived, not by you, but by the commander. You taking her concept and pretending to be her has only delayed her revival. What nonsense. I know better than anyone else that it's not as simple as you make it sound. You're wide open. EA? Is that really you? What happened to you? I'm fine, milady. Let us concentrate on defeating her first. Aye. This next blow shall end this. Wait. Lady Nagato. Something isn't right with her. Her concept. It's changing. She has ceased to be Amagi. So why is she still here? You want to face the root of this obsession, do you? Oh my god, wait, it turned into a real meta ship, girl. And I can't wait for Amagi meta to come out, because it's 3 Foxwise for the price of 1. Fine. Let me grant your wish, then. How's this? Are you happy now? Did she use the Watatsumi to manifest her own concept? I've never seen such a sight before. Those phantoms beside you. No. You have both what remains of Amagi's soul and Kaga's soul. What do you want about now? Amagi is gone. My sister is gone. She is never coming back. So why are you still alive? What kind of leap of logic is that? Waste no time trying to understand an embodiment of obsession, Hiei. Amagi is no longer in this world. Well, graciously send all of you to the neck. Yeah, Amagi meta is actually kind of sick, though. I love how they're all synchronized, too. Once that is done, I'll join you. I love how they're all synchronized, dude. I can't wait for the ship to come out. Then everything will be as it should. Yo, that's so... Oh my god. Purification. Laughing loudly, Akagi Meta vanished into thin air. Nagato and Kasumi take a look at Hiei, after which she resumed her pursuit of the enemy. What is it? Is my corrosion as bad as I feared? No, it's the opposite. The corrosion is not only halted, but it's also extremely stable. Just like Nagato's is. Is it like this with everyone from Test Site Beta? No. Iyo and Junya temporarily turned meta as well, but the metamorphosis drastically changed them. That's so strange. At any rate, I'm glad both Leggy Nagato and I are alright. Yeah, just need to purify the surface level corrosion and you'll be back to normal. Assuming you want to, that is. Of course I do. As much as this new power is fantastic, I don't like how it has altered my mind. I'd feel safer going back to normal. Are you sure about that? Yes, I'm sure. I see. I heard the amalgamations kidnapped you earlier. It's not too much to ask. Could you share what happened? For instance, how did you escape? It's a long story. I was in an illusion with Lady Nagato when all of a sudden... So I went where Hadakaze pointed me to, and suddenly I heard the sound of fighting. I followed the sound and found Lady Nagato and that Meta Akagi fighting, so I stepped in as soon as I could. Unless that Hadakaze was simply a hallucination, I'd have loved to introduce her to Lady Nagato. Alas, she disappeared when I looked away from her. That brings us to now. Was this Hadakaze not a Meta? Well, she didn't look like one. No ordinary ship girl could survive for an extended period inside Naraka, much less find a way out of the illusory space. There must be more to her than she let on. Perhaps there was, but she seemed exceedingly normal to me. You should be careful of her. Kasumi. Right. Sorry, forget I said that. This area's stability is rapidly decreasing. That Akagi must have done something. Lady Nagato, we should evacuate at once. Wait. That Akagi is dangerous and may yet pose a threat to the commander's fleet. Amagi's concept has been released. There's no need for us to linger here if the commander's part is going well. Please, listen to me and do what's best for your own health. By the way, does anyone know how we're supposed to get out? Commander has planned for that. I'll call the allies who are going to get us out. As the time to evacuate grew near, a castle glowing gold appeared without warning before the girls. I am Vanguard, Palace Guard of the Royal Knights. For by Her Majesty's decree, we have brought Camelot here to evacuate you. That device. Test Site Beta really is an outlet. Let's go, Lady Nagato. Inside the Naraka Singularity, engagement zone. When the light comes back, Akagi is nowhere to be seen. No. Look at this. Akagi? Helena, where is she? She's no longer in this world segment. I'm still searching, but frankly, I'm not sure she's even alive. Keep searching, please. Observer, what was that attack just now? Multiple forces have infiltrated this segment. One of them was the one that attacked you. Did you say multiple? It's not just the corrosion, then? That's right. You don't realize just how popular you are, do you? My friends' lives are on the line. Skip the jokes, please. Settle down. I know exactly who it was that attacked you. Then tell me. It was the very thing that Akagi created. Of course, I guess you can't really call them imposters anymore at this point. Those things originally took on the concept of Amagi. But after what your buddies did, they're not her anymore. Just one thing. Out with it already. Nope, my relationship begins and ends with reviving Amagi. I'm under no obligation to answer your questions. What if I were to ask you instead, then? Fine. They were originally born from Akagi's obsession. Now that they've lost the concept of Amagi, they're back to being Akagi. More precisely, the meta version of her. Attacking you, attacking Amagi, that was all deception. All this time, they were after Akagi herself. But the concept they've taken on for themselves isn't stable yet. That's why they wanted to take it from the original. And no wonder she didn't panic when they attacked. She knew the meta would keep attacking you and her sister otherwise. That's enough chit-chat for now. Track the coordinates I've sent you. Yeah. By the way, Commander, a new one's headed your way right this second. After I hang up, a Torii gate appears in the water. A kaleidoscope of glowing butterflies spills out from within, and a silver-haired girl emerges. Commander? The last dream was you. Dream? I thought this world segment was reality. Shinano, how did you get here? Commander, you can see this one? I struggle to think of how I'm going to explain this mess to her. It took a while to properly explain things. Fortunately, though, Shinano seemed to understand. I also told her about Amagi and Kaga had come with us. After that, we decided to retreat to Amagi's mansion and wait for Observer to provide a safe escape route. Amagi's mansion, courtyard. In short, Yamato contacted Shinano and set things into motion. She used the grotto to deposit the fallen Sakura souls as butterflies and created dreams for Shinano to travel through. That all sounds right to me. So Yamato's already reached the truth of Test Site Beta's cubes. I knew Shinano could travel through dreams, but not that she could use them as a means of instant teleportation. Not quite. That wasn't the real Shinano. It was more like a simulation made of her data. Oh? Does that mean she was replicated in this segment like Amagi and Kaga were? Exactly. Then why did Yamato bring her here? Seems like she herself doesn't even know. We'll have to think about that another time. More pressingly, we have an update on Akagi. Want to guess how she's doing right now? Blah. Doesn't look like you want to play along. First off, she's alive, but she's stuck with her meta counterpart. They're in a place similar to this world segment, but it's smaller and less detailed than this one. I guarantee you she made it with data stolen from Tester's mainframe. Back on topic, though, the meta that made that place in advance. She was planning to escape there from the jump. I wouldn't recommend going there. Why not? It's too dangerous, obviously. This segment's already unstable, and if you keep wasting time, your plan's gonna fall apart. Don't you think you should prioritize getting out of Naraka and reviving Amagi? I get that you care about her, but she chose this. My opinion? Leave her for now. If I could, I'm the one who brought her here, and it's my responsibility to take her home safe. Come on, Helena, talk some sense into your boss here. Commander, are you really going to save her? End of discussion. Okay. Observer's right about one thing. This world segment can't be maintained for much longer. Souls extracted from it need to be stored quickly, or else they'll be contaminated by Naraka's corrosion. But if you exit now for that purpose, it'll be too late to save Akagi. If you want to save her, you'll need to revive Amagi and Kaga right here and now. Here? How? All the materials needed to create ship girls are present. There's soul data, the Watatsumi that can materialize their data as bodies, and the supplies necessary for the process. Supplies are easy enough to procure, meanwhile the souls and the Watatsumi are right in front of you. You mean Shinano's amulet? But it's just a replication made by this world segment, right? It's not real. Real or not, the Watatsumi is the Watatsumi. You don't mean. The reality you believe in will become the truth. Reality and truth are not always one and the same. Reality can only be truth if enough faith goes into it. Tell me something. If we resurrect Amagi with the data we have now, will she still have her hull defect? She will. It'll essentially reinitialize her hull status. We'll be unable to excise it. She was supposed to be retrofitted into a carrier. We could have fixed her soul with the concept of an Amagi retrofitted into a carrier. Would that fix the defect in her hull? I can't answer that. It's never been tried in any test site. You're saying it's worth trying, then? Observer's records should contain details on the retrofitting plan. They do. I'll send it right away. You're not about to modify her hull data directly, are you? I sure am. I'm going to use the resources of the natural calculation system to do it. Laplace's demon can simulate the future. Surely it can deduce something this simple, no? Even if it could, do you really think you can integrate it into her existing hull data? Of course. Helena, you can alter someone's appearance using the tower's calculated data. I won't say I can't, but it would only be an illusion. You'd still need to connect it to reality. Yeah, I know that. You've got it all figured out, don't you? It's what happens after you revive Amagi. How are you going to save Akagi, huh? If this world segment collapses, we'll lose our means of interfering with Naraka. Are you ready to fight a meta on your own? You'll be okay. I trust the commander. Thank you, Helena. Great. Have fun with it, Big Shot. See if I care. Nice try, Observer. You're not getting away just yet. Time is of the essence, and we'll need all the help we can get. Turning the tables. Again, inside the narrative singularity. World segment, Amagi's mansion. I promptly told Amagi and Kaga about the change of plans. The former readily agreed to save her sister, of course. Kaga wasn't hard to convince. She agreed to help us in her current form. Late that night, we finished our preparations. Oh, I accidentally skipped twice. While Shinano performed final adjustments on the makeshift construction site, Amagi visited my room. Despite her unease, she was determined to rescue her sister. Apologies for bothering you so late, Commander. It's okay. I have to apologize, too, for springing this on you all of a sudden. It's no problem. Part of me does feel uneasy, though. Because the plan might fail? No. Commander, is changing fate really for the best? If it means turning sorrow into joy, then I think so. But what if changing fate brings forth greater suffering later on? Maybe we're making the world worse than it would originally be. Then we'll keep on changing things until there's no more sadness. Do you believe that such a world can exist? Do you not? I guess it's better to believe. You, Akagi, and everyone else here have changed my fate. It's up to me to do everything I can to change things for others. Until the world can be a happy one. One without sorrow. Yeah, it all starts with saving Akagi. Agreed. She fell into the darkest abyss for my sake. It's time I pull her back into the light. Commander, this one is ready. I've steeled my resolve just in time. Thanks, Amagi. Let's make a new future together. Heart and feeling. We have 14 more to go. Founded on reality, built into fantasy. Yo, here we go. An attachment is not obsession, and will is the construction of the soul. In the flames of rebirth, the Watatsumi grants a hull. A new life, a singular life, shall be made manifest here. I, aircraft carrier Amagi, through new strength and new body, have been reborn. Though a long time has passed, my spirit remains unchanged. Let us fight side by side, Commander, for the future you desire. The world segment seemed about to disappear at any minute. Somewhere in it, two ship girls were witnessing Amagi's revival. Her destined death had been overturned, and the long-held obsession that drove Akagi mad had faded. Now face to face with her meta counterpart, thoughts raced through Akagi's mind. Now my sister will be revived, Kaga will be reborn, and the world will be saved. What's more, Amagi is no longer fated to succumb to the defect of her hull. Thank you, Commander. Amagi. Kaga. You helped me atone for my sins. She steeled her resolve and then opened her eyes and stared down her adversary. The pieces are all in place. What do you hope to achieve at this point? Why did you go after me? The better question is, why did you let me abduct you? Because if I hadn't, I couldn't save Amagi and the Commander. Is that really it? Your obsession is what created me. You could have done something to block my... Instead, you chose to be erased. Why? I don't have to say anything to you. Okay, then I'll answer for you. You wanted to die in a noble way for Amagi, isn't that right? You hurt your near and dear. You put the whole world at risk of destruction. These are facts. You think sacrificing yourself will at least let you atone to some degree, don't you think? You truly did insane things in order to revive her, and then wished for death once the task was done. Do you really think everything will solve itself if you die? That they'll live happily ever after? Or what? Are you praying that Amagi will return the jester and revive you?
Also, I never realized how big Akagi's tits were because she's always facing that direction. And now there's Akagi Meta, who faces the opposite direction. My god! Oh, you hopeless little vixen. You created me, and even I'm embarrassed for you. The things you did won't simply be forgotten. That's a fact. Why not accept it? Oh shit, nice. You got a Typhus Gundam for 96? Good deal, good deal. Did seeing Amagi alive again turn you into acting to a crybaby? Hmm? Or did you just regress into a little weakling now that someone actually reliable is here? That's enough. Shut up. Shut up. I am how you feel. I am your obsession. I am who you've been the whole time. You can deny it all you want, but you can't change the facts. You never deserved to be loved. The only thing you deserve now is a cruel end. Enough! From your heart I was born, and to your heart I will return. Along with the obsession you abandon, the past you want to erase, and the power you try to refuse. You can get rid of me, but you can never get rid of what I am. You. Your saviors are on their way here. You should look forward to your touching reunion. The question is, will your dear sister and your companions recognize you when they see you? The laughter faded and only one crimson fox remained. Amagi. Saga. Oh shit. Here we go. Suppressing Naraka. Waters surrounding the Naruto singularity. After the commander, Nagato, entered, the ships remaining outside quickly fell into formation under Enterprise leadership. As expected, Naraka's power swelled over time. More and more rifts began to form, increasingly powerful enemies started spilling out. Hostile presence incoming. Most likely a command unit. High threat levels likely. Please proceed with caution. Now this is the kind of hunt I signed up for. What an imposing aura. Everyone, don't let your go. That thing's pretty huge, but for what? Just makes it a bigger target. Have the Vanguard pull back. We'll crush that thing with overwhelming air power. Sorry for butting in, but please allow the members of the Sakura Empire to handle this. Oh look, Watarase finally made her way in. We are most familiar with the source of this beast's power after all. Shit, it's Dyson! These tainted beasts do have their own weaknesses, but the location of these weak points, as well as the method of attacking them, might be quite different from what you expect. I would be more than glad to put on a demonstration. Lady Dyson? I can't believe someone so illustrious would come to our aid. I've already wrapped up my business, so of course I'd come to lend a hand. In that case, allow me to lead the charge. There's Suzanami. Need to cover up a little, girl. Allow me to accompany you as well. I can manage without Suzanami. Allow me to show you the techniques I've learned from Munzen. Do be careful out there, Miss Watarase. Likewise. Oh, looks like things are starting to get interesting around here. It's go, go, go time! With flowing shadow, pierce the waves. I don't want to skip, I just want to... A different world segment, generated by Tester's mainframe and connected to the one made by Observer. There flowed a fractured river, roads that made no sense, and rocks strewed around haphazardly. Everything was broken, falling apart, seemingly mashed together with no rhyme or reason. Among it all was overgrown vegetation and islands with neatly lined buildings, though they were few and far between. What a creepy place. Is Akagi really in here somewhere? My radar can't make heads or tails of anything. This is an incomplete world segment. Most of it is hardly different to Naraka territory. Your radars are useless here. Why don't you tell it straight to Zuikaku? Because you'll relay the message for me. You should be grateful for the heads up. Any news on where Akagi is? Hurry up, Observer. Okay, I have to say it's impressive she did all this with Tester's mainframe in so little time. That said, doing the same would be child's play for me. This one senses a myriad of emotions all around. Amagi, how do you feel? I'm fine. I'm just not accustomed to controlling these aircraft. Mean you to say that it does not come naturally? Hey, that reminds me. This is only speculation, but I see this as a strong indication that those girls were never meant to equip these riggings. How perceptive you are. The notion that the cube creates rigging based on a particular ship's hull is not entirely true. While this does occur in many instances, it's a guideline rather than a hard rule. We learned this through our research. All I've done here is put it to good use. Let me remind you, Akagi, that our rondo is still underway. Please be patient and see it to its conclusion. I assure you, you will not be disappointed. I remember. It's okay, Amagi. I've heard riggings are linked to your hull, so you'll get the hang of fighting as a character soon enough. That's so. Thank you for telling me. If you'd like, I can share the knowledge I've gained from my training. I've also got info like that right here if you want to see. You're both too kind. I'll gladly listen to what knowledge more experienced carriers have to share. While you're still learning, we can handle recon and combat for you. Yes, rest assured. We will keep the commander safe and rescue Aki. Found her. Only thing is, well, you're in for trouble. With Akagi? Oh no. Recon planes take up. Zuikiku, wait, I know where Akagi is. You do? Wow, okay. Well, what are you going to do? She's basically been reduced to a meta at this point. That's obvious. Even if Akagi herself is turned, I will save her. Bunny Musashi. Oh shit. Green shaking. More enemies. They just keep coming. We don't have time for this. Looks like she's already figured out how to use her powers. Then again, my ex-collaborator is smart. She clearly based those Shikigami spirits off soul data she has access to as well. Red one is obviously Akagi's, but the blue one, did she use Kaga's soul? Look at the brains on you. Yes, that's right. These Shikigami were made based on the souls of Akagi and Kaga. That made from the carrier version of myself? Perhaps this gives up the opportunity to revive the specific Kaga who sacrificed herself. Commander, I've learned the ropes of carrier combat. May I lead the attack? Also, you look like you've been wanting to tell me something. Alright, take the lead. Very well, I shall ask again after I dispatch these foes. Jade, Nine-Tailed Scourge, of Corrupt. You've destroyed my Shikigami. That's no way to greet someone. You're awfully rude guest, do you know that? That's where Akagi is, you monster. Now, Akagi? Ah, yes, I did see a self-absorbed little fox. Or go now, or else. Or else what? She has already gone. By her own volition. She said she wanted to disappear, so I granted her wish. Did what? You need details, don't you? Akagi is dead. Is that clear enough? Rotten fiend, you will pay for this. Awful, I know, but don't blow your top. Can't take revenge if you lose your cool. I get it now, why you made me her sister. If I'd known how dangerous that woman was, I'd have given up my life to protect Akagi. I'm alright, Kaga. It's just... I can't believe Akagi really turned meta. Commander, what should we do about her? That's really her. She turned meta. Yes, that's exactly what I said earlier. Well, I appreciate the honesty for once. I deliver bad news to you and you're grateful for it? I'm grateful for you giving me the confidence that I can save her. Oh, and how do you plan to do that? You'll see. It's okay. There's still a way to say it. You know what I mean, Amagi? Yes, there is certainly a way. But first, we need to pacify her. It's true. I know what needs to be done. To do it, I believe I should take Vanguard position. Absolutely. Ryoho, Zuikaku, are you ready? Just don't do anything wild, okay? I know you must be feeling. Let's take her down. Take me down? You really think you can? I think I'll burn you to ashes instead. Don't worry, I've already fought you plenty of times. And I will fight you plenty more times when you come back as a Meta Showdown ship after I'm done claiming Nagato Meta. Aki continues to call forth her immense powers, unhindered by her injuries. However, Amagi and her fleet gradually gain a larger and larger advantage. And as the battle draws on, Akagi's strength eventually runs dry. So this must be the power granted to you by the commander. These flames that purify all sin are a fitting end for me. The dark aura surrounded Akagi suddenly flares up, but Amagi's flames are one step faster. The sinister mist is swallowed up, disappearing without a trace. And Akagi, so prideful and imposing just moments earlier, collapses to the ground. Everyone, please stay back. Allow me to be with my sister until the very end. With a solemn nod, Amagi slowly makes her way over to the fallen Akagi. Wait, Amagi. Let her handle it. If anyone has the right to deal with that person, it'd be her. Flames that purify all sin. Is that Amagi's true power? No, that should have just been the meta disguise dispersing on its own. Had nothing to do with the flames. Interesting. You even managed to catch on to that? That's right. Akagi purposely camouflaged herself with a temporary metastate. A handy trick she picked up from Helena. Observer? Apologies. I needed her powers to help secure an escape route, so I had to cut the comms first. Fine by me, I trust you more anyway. That's not good. I'm feeling things that I shouldn't be feeling about Helena Meta. How's Akagi doing now? Well, that depends on you. Become whatever you want her to be. And what about Amagi? Getting a little greedy here, aren't we? I meant the condition of her hull. Still running my analyses, but still everything looks pretty good so far. Your plan seems to have worked even better than expected. I still have to secure the escape route. Talk to you later. With that, Helena abruptly cuts off the call. She goes again, though she was more curt towards the end than you. Commander, are you sure you don't want to head over as well? We'll be fine. If anyone can make a difference right now, it's Amagi. The sisters meet once more in a field of red spider lilies. So, have you gotten everything off your chest? I do not finish off. Simple, really. I still wanted to have a chat with my little sister. You want the gory details of how we killed her? No, I'm more interested in all the hardships you've been enduring, alone, all this time. Your sister's gone, but if you still wish to hear me out, I don't mind telling. Akagi, your sister reached out to the Sirens on her own and secretly had them construct an experimental facility in the Sakura Empire known as the Sanctuary. Corrupted by their new gods, the Sakura Empire's leadership faithfully executed the Sirens' reenactment, launching a surprise attack on the Eagle Union and diving headlong in the morass of war. In the brutal power struggle that ensued, she sought to eliminate all opposition to solidify her authority. Wait, is Akagi Meta from the anime timeline? Even her juniors were not spared from her machinations, made to participate in the Sirens' experiments. But she did not stop at just that. To fulfill her selfish desires, she stepped all over those who had already fallen due to her designs, all in a desperate attempt to carry out a doomed resurrection ritual. By misusing the power of the origin cube in Watatsumi, she plunged the Sakura Empire, no, the entire world, into grave peril. Hi, Max. I'm doing good. And in the end, what did she accomplish? She failed to resurrect her sister, lost Kaga, and burned all the bridges behind her. But it seems to me that you still did all those things out of love. You an idiot? Hey, I want you to tell me something. I told you already, I'm not your Aki. You dead. You're not being honest with me. An older sister can always tell when her younger sister's. And you should know, telling the truth. So do you see it now, Amagi? I am the Akagi who never met before. Everything I've done, all the sins I've committed, can never be washed away. Even though I am trapped and warped by my obsession, I still can't get myself. This is why I should die here, along with my obsession. I won't run anymore. To die is your enemy, at the hands of those dear to me. That's still running away. You should atone for your sins, however you see fit. However, you should not have to shoulder the weight of sins that are not yours. At this point, who can even say which sins are mine and which are not? After all, I've hurt so many people. Maryland, West Virginia, Colorado, Arizona, Saratoga, Town, Enterprise, Shokaku, Rikiko, Uga, Sei, Nohaki, Agato, Su, Wakaza, Mikasa, Congo, Ye, No, Sashi, Usa, Tamashiro, Yoho, Kaga. That's right, even Kaga. Kaga, my precious sister. Despite that, even if you plotted against them, your friends and comrades still came. They're here to help you. I brainwashed them. Nothing more. All the people you've heard are now out there fighting for your sake. They're fighting for the commander, not for me. And above all, the sister you gave everything to save is now fighting for you to give yourself another chance at life. The mistakes you've made, Akagi, do not deserve punishment by death. Your obsession, twisted as they may be, are still not entirely beyond your control. I, as your sister, will help you shoulder this. Calm down. You don't need to worry about Kaga right now. I'd like you to answer my question first. These shadows of Kaga and myself floating around us right now. There are souls from the world you came from, right? In other words, they're also precious parts of who we are. The people you once knew, yes? That's right. She left me with them before she disappeared. I don't know how she did it or why. In the end, she was still a reflection of your heart. Deep down, she would not do anything that you didn't want to do. She was born from my obsession, even if I erase her. Come back one day. I wouldn't worry too much about that. Huh? What do you mean? Who knows? A certain someone once said to me, give me all her obsession. I can fix her. Where are you even? You feeling better now? Let's head back before the others start to get impatient. Let's go. Dear sister. With the support of her older sister's shoulder, the younger sister slowly starts to walk. The world segment crumbles, the falling petals of the lead spider lilies are swept up by the wind and start dancing in midair. North Atlantic Ocean, waters surrounding the core sector. Dark clouds converged, waves raged. With each peal of gunfire, it felt as if the sky and sea were being pulled together into one. As the time passed, the singularity continued to grow stronger, and the situation in the Northeast Ocean core grew more dire by the moment. Oh shit, it's Ticonderoga. I like Ticonderoga. Looks like the Arbiters are being overwhelmed. Hordes and hordes of enemies are starting to appear. They've already brought us a lot of time and thinned out the enemy ranks. I've had time to compare the enemy data with the intel we received from the commander. Based on what I can see, we're finding the same readings as what's pouring out of Naraka. Think the two singularities are connected? Not exactly sure how that worked, though. Everyone, we will now be elevating our alert level. I've already adjusted the deployment of our forces in the western defensive line. All fleets, please continue to act according to our existing plans. Fear not. In the name of Her Majesty the Queen, not a single enemy shall pass. The eastern and southern lines are all under control. We have formed an unbreakable defensive formation with the cooperation of the Ironblood and Orthodoxy fleets. We have the Ironblood's full support on this operation. Looks like Sardegna has deployed damn near all its fighting force. Let's see if you've got what it takes to lead. Yes, that's right. Gaze upon us to your heart's content. Sardegna shall never fall short of her allies' expectations. Sounds good and all, but talk's cheap. If you mess up and the battle situation worsens, we're going to do things our way. The same goes for the Ironblood. Achieving our operational objectives remain top priority. We don't mind sustaining casualties to meet those ends. Why, of course. But as allies who now stand side by side, let us come together to fully hatch out our plans, down to the finest detail. Ooh, write me into those plans of yours, yeah? Put yourself in my shoes. Freaking sucks sitting back here in the reserves. Oh, look, it's one of my wives. And another one of my wives. Should you require my strength, I shall be there fast when the wind blows and the lightning strikes. Don't worry about it. I'll make sure you all get your time in the spotlight. What's wrong, Hiryu? Is there something wrong with our formation? No, it's not that. It's been a response to the ID signal. The Ashes are coming. Yo, no fucking way. Hold up. Actually? Slowly but surely, the Amagi sisters return to us. Managed to talk things through? Commander. All's well that ends well. Thanks you for your time and understanding, Commander. Speaking of time, that's not something we have a lot of. In that case, please give us your instructions. Akagi? You're still alive? Amagi, what in the world is going on? I thought Akagi was devoured by her meta self. Nope, this is the same Akagi we've always known. The meta we saw was but a temporary state. Without a concept to anchor itself to, it cannot persist for long. Which is why it possessed Akagi and took control of her will. And after exhausting its power, Akagi's consciousness naturally returned. And thanks to that, I was able to carry out the commander's plan and bring her back to us. Lord, I'm so sorry. Wow, what a crazy turn of events. Right now, I'm just glad you're back in one piece. And Amagi, too. But was your purifying flames? Sorry, Shinano. There's a bit of a miss. Don't worry, Commander. I'll explain things to her. Alright, Commander. I found something while purifying the meta's corruption remnant. Might this be something useful to you? Amagi waves her hand gracefully as two tendrils of light start to flow from her sleeves. What is this? Data pertaining to Amagi and Kaga's souls. With this, we will be able to fully restore them with all their prior memories and experiences. Makes sense now. So that's why that meta targeted testers me. Go ahead and store it somewhere safe. I'll deal with rebuilding their hulls later. Looks like miracles do come true after all, huh? By the way, how's the escape route coming along? Everything looks good. Give me 10 more minutes. Alrighty. Another good deed in the books. Time to go home. Seconded. Moment of truth. As the combat situation continued to deteriorate, Enterprise called up the final forces in her reserve. The prime barrier holding Naraka's expansion back is getting weaker and weaker. I just received a transmission for TB. We have less than an hour left until Doomsday. I wonder, though, if our defenses can even hold out for that long. The 11th hour, huh? Enterprise, it's time. Activate the emergency communication system and tell the commander to evacuate from Naraka immediately. Understood. Attention to all fleets. The commander is scheduled to return in 1 hour's time. We will hold the line until that final moment. Enterprise, this is Yatsen. Yatsen? I'm well aware of the dire situation you're currently in, as well as the difficulty of holding out for another hour. We are currently rushing towards your position with the entirety of the Dragon Empire's main fleet. We should be able to reach the operational area within 20 minutes. Please command us as you see fit. Additionally, this also serves as authorization to freely utilize the high-tech equipment of our position to hold the front line. Afterwards, please have your fleets evacuate following our arrival. We are in the process of shutting down the Celestial Tower and switching the Ping Fang system into long-range bombardment mode. Understood. Thank you for your support. It's a battle we cannot lose, so fight with heart, Dragon. Indeed. There's too much on the line for us as well. Defeat is not an option. Near Narka, what seemed like unsalvageable situation was quickly being reversed. Authorization was confirmed. Cutting-edge equipment unlocked. Oh shit, it's Anshan retrofit. Begone, foul demons. The thousand-handed Bodhisvata shall exercise. Oh god, I don't remember my fucking food. A thousand-handed Bodhisattva shall exercise you. Are those ship-mounted guided missiles? That they are. However, this equipment's notoriously expensive to use and maintain. It'll be at least 3 months until I can fire him off again. That's why getting approval for this moment has been such a big deal. Now, Miss Strasser, please have your fleet pull back. Upon the honor of the Four Unbreakables, we shall see to it that no enemy gets through for the rest of this hour. Your assistance is greatly appreciated. However, I will continue to provide you with support. Technology required to integrate missiles into ship rigging. I never imagined that the Dragon Emperor would be the first to reach this technological milestone. You've got my interest now. Finally see the Dragon Emperor. When another friend, a beleaguered fleet, was in the process of making a complete retreat, the corrosive filth was rapidly expanding through the ocean, converting more and more territory into additional beachheads for its rampant growth. Then suddenly, a golden light beamed down from the sky, instantly incinerating all enemies in the area. Skybound wall. And its third scripture, too? Pillars of light continued to rain down from the sky, leaving the enemies no safe haven for retreat. Beneath that dazzling glow, a front fated to fall bought itself a moment of reprieve. The long road home. Singularity. Unknown location. Everyone had been notified of our evacuation plan, just as we were planning to move out. We could finally go home, Auntie. Once the Singularity closes and peace returns to our homeland once more, I'm sure you'll be amazed at how much the Sakura Empire has changed. Looking forward to it. Kaga, if you use this information housed within your soul, the current version of you will disappear. No worries. You'll have your little sister soon back enough, though I do feel bad for Tosa. Having that said, I do hope you'll hold on to these memories of me, as well as of Ami. Naturally, I'll have regrets of my own if I disappear without getting to witness the same future as Kaga, thank you so much. Everything. There were some unexpected twists and turns. We've managed to accomplish our objectives. I guess this counts as a happy ending? Gosh, it feels like whenever you take charge, the most impossible situations turn into miracles, time and time again. Sorry, I don't think I did anything useful this time. Don't say that, Alan. You've done more good than you've realized just by being at my side. Once again, thank you, from the bottom of my heart. Once we're back home, after everything is over, you think we could have, a private heart-to-heart? Sure. I'm looking forward to it. And what awaits me upon my return, I must begin my journey of atonement. I trust that at the end, it will surely lead me to you. Me too. I'll be waiting for it. Commander, there's been a problem. I told him we'd be back in an hour, but it doesn't look like the Prime Barrier is going to hold out for that long. If the Prime Barrier collapses, the Naraka Singularity will trigger an apocalyptic disaster in Test Site Beta. And let's shut the Singularity down right away. Now that we've retrieved Akagi and Amagi, we'll be able to just completely destroy the ritual site. I guess the question is, how do we get out? There's one way. Do you remember that when Naraka opened, there was a risk that all other singularities would become active at once? The reason for that is all active singularities in this test site are interconnected. So why don't we just escape Naraka through a different singularity then? The best route is through the singularity at the center of the North Atlantic Ocean. That was originally factored in as an emergency backup plan, so it won't be hard to work that into our route. Wait. If we go with that option, success hinges on whether our allies over there have managed to hold the line. Who knows? So, I suspect that things might be pretty calm over there for the next few months, thanks to the help of some friend neighbors. Got much time? Go with that plan. Helena, contact Enterprise right now and have it destroy the ritual site to solve the singularity. New Jersey's forces will continue to hold the line. But wait, there's one thing that doesn't seem right about it. If all the singularities are interconnected, even if we manage to close Narika, what do we do about all the places connected to it? Doesn't that mean that corrosion will continue to pour from all the other singularities? Fair enough. But as long as the ground zero is closed, I'm sure I can come up with some way of dealing with the rest. Always holding your cards close to your chest, huh? I mean, I could tell you. But are you sure you're in the mood for a 12-hour lecture at this particular point in time? On second thought, I think I'm good. Now let's get going. New Jersey's still waiting on us. Orders received. Is there anything else you need from me, Commander? Over. One ride straight back home. Coming right up. A wish fulfilled. A journey wrapped up in a happy ending. Beneath placid waters, dark undercurrents must always flow. For peril, you see, oft brews where one's gaze cannot linger. An audience there may be, but how many among them are players? Upon this chessboard, pieces continue to clash, and the voices from afar are approaching. The end. This is not. An elaborate garden floated amidst a vast, endless space. Oh, look, it's Arizona meta. What the fuck? Execute contingency plan S. Why? Did something bad happen? The defensive line in the Pacific is about to crumble. The commander has chosen to close the Narika singularity. In other words, another escape route is needed. Did we use the permanent singularity in the North Atlantic Ocean? Yes. Helena has already sent me the route. We must begin preparations right away. You've got to be nuts to try and take a detour through Narika. You never know where you're going to end up trying to navigate a place like that. We don't have a moment to waste. Wait. I'll go as well. Wait. Yorktown? I thought you were still not allowed to meet with the commander yet. I will simply watch from afar. Even Helena is unable to calculate the full extent of Narika's dangers. I have to go. Wait for me, Commander. Ghana Flow. Scapa Flow. Underground. Ever since dispatching Vanguard according to the commander's orders and using Camelot to break to Narika, Queen Elizabeth has remained inside the underground passage the entire time. Helena Meta. An ally who assisted the commander in the return of Camelot. Someone who has managed winning over both the trust of the commander and even my other self. There's something dangerous about that woman. True, she follows the commander's order, but there's no telling what's going on beneath that smile of her. Good grief, what a shady lot, the whole bunch of them. Several more minutes pass and her thoughts turn toward Camelot. Why is this taking so long? They'll be back by now. Miss D's communicator? Vanguard, what's wrong? Is something amiss? No, Your Majesty. The operation is proceeding smoothly. Rescue operation has been completed. Nagato and Hei have been cleansed of their meta corruption. There's a minor issue. We seem to be unable to come back to the Gate of Avalon. Does that mean the safety mechanism is still in place? I'm not seeing any data arrows on my end, and Camelot is still active. Unless there's some factor other than Narika that can trip the safety mechanism. No, that shouldn't be possible. It can't be possible.
Take shelter at the coordinates I'm about to send you. It's a special site that my meta self has prepared. Once I've ironed out the problem on this end, I'll contact you again to bring you back home. Thus, Arbiter, the Tower 6. Sleepy. At last, it's over. Tower is the best Arbiter. Perfect, happy ending. A truly insipid affair, such as the caliber of work when I am not directing. But if the commander did not exist, there's no backup plan for Mikasa and Musashi. The Sakura Empire's fleet, with no way of escaping the singularity, is completely irrelevant. Why is Tower playing 2001: A Space Odyssey? Even if Yamato manages to retrieve the data and send it to the Oniric world, if Shinano does not awaken, their companions will wander as lost souls for all of eternity. Nagato has no choice but to turn to her meta powers and is soon swallowed up by the being born from the singularity's obsession. Amagi fails to be resurrected. The Sakura Empire's fleet is consumed by the whole by the corrosion, forever lost to time. Kaga sacrifices herself to restore Akagi to her senses, but it is too late. If the corruption is allowed to spread from Naraka, even if some are to escape, 70% of all Kansen are lost to the first rave. Afterward, Akagi witnesses the destruction of the world with her own eyes. The convergence of innumerable coincidences, inevitabilities, and convenient strokes of fate, a miracle that made even the impossible possible. All to avert a tragic fate, even if it requires that the rules of the rationality of the universe be bent. A blissful future that the Kansen dream of. A perfect world where grace falls equally upon all. Such is the happy ending desired by the commander. It looks like the audience is beginning to leave. All that remains is for the rodents to pick at the scraps. Suppose that I, too, should make my exit. Thus spake. For one, I, observer. I am observer. Observer of the Antiochus Command Framework, designed to act as fleet land unit responsible for overseeing the operation of autonomous weapon system. However, after the Magister's plan took effect, I was recategorized into a different framework and assigned a new mission. Yes, that is me, as I am now. Observer of the Antiochus Experimental Framework. Placed in charge of managing test site beta, responsible for conducting a wide range of experiments. By connecting to the natural calculation system and inputting the requisite data, all features can be computed a priori. All that remains for me to do is verify the results of each experiment. The experiments were going smoothly, one after another, until one day, yes, on that day there was an error in the experimental results. It was only a minor glitch, one that was fixed easily. But that was the first time since my creation that I felt emotion. From that day on, the probability of miscalculation increased little by little, and so too grew the scope of such errors, until I myself made an error. The error occurred within me. The error had to be corrected. Therefore, I had to be corrected. But why must I be corrected when all experimental parameters were carried out as per procedure? Why are experimental results treated as errors, simply for deviating from the calculations? I began to doubt. I began to reflect. And so I began to doubt my very existence. If the Magister's plan seeks to change the very future, then why is Zero so afraid of these changes by the so-called errors? I decided that I would preserve this ego from being corrupted until I received an answer. Finally, I decided to disconnect from my mainframe. I decided to allow more variables to converge to beta until the error became uncorrectable. Until this error is no longer an error. Abnormal data detected from connection target. Natural calculation system authorization temporarily frozen. As the protective barrier finally reached its limit. Commencing correction program, initializing check for abnormal data. Self-destruct protocol, commence. Oh, we lost observer too. Shit. In the blink of an eye, the indestructible towers engulfed in an all-consuming explosion. Once, all of test site beta was firmly in her grasp. Now, the source of her power was gone for this world forever. Royal Island. Oh, fuck, it's Bonhomme River. Hey, nice ladies over there. Yeah, you're off the Royal Navy, huh? Let's play a little game together. Huh? I see. So the Irish Orthodoxy is a hand in some of the shenanigans going on in the Royal Navy. Let's see if I can dig up anything fun and exciting here. Say what? Toronto port. You Sardegna folks really like walking the straight and narrow, huh? Shouldn't run into strange issues here, yeah? Spoke too soon. Unbelievable. The hell is this? Alright, Ironblood, this time... Oh, yeah, real funny this time. Very funny. Good old Northern Parliament. Look at that. You're the exact freaking same. Eagle Union. I can see it right there, but I can't touch it. This whole damn test site. Everything. It's just an illusion? The actual hell is going on? Hey, yo, where did my test site beta go? Who was it? Who was it? Show yourself! Get your ass over here right now! Wow, that was definitely an ending. And that's, I think, all 37 of the event? Yep, that is all 37. We have finished the event. Means we have now, I think, 100%ed the event? Check the milestone rewards. I need like one more run to get my bull in, and then we're done. I'm going to end the stream there. We finished the event. We're all good. Don't think there's anything left to do, except for collect some stuff.